Hey, 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 hey guys, happy fucking Sunday. Am I right or am I wrong? I am right. Happy Sunday. I am currently sitting in the corner of my apartment on the floor. It just looked really comforting to me to sit here right now. I was like, where should I sit? And then I was like, the corner floor. Like, it just looked like a nice little spot to rest my body. And as I'm sitting here, I like look over at my carpet rug thing, and there is a piece of lettuce sitting on my rug right now. Really concerning that I didn't notice that earlier, but oops, I guess there's lettuce on the floor. I need to pick up and throw away after this. I had a very interesting weekend. On Friday, I basically did absolutely nothing and just chilled, and it was so nice. That's kind of how I've been liking to spend at least one day of the weekend recently. So I'll either go out on like Friday or Saturday, but I don't really like to do both right now. I feel like my hangovers have been getting worse and worse. So I feel like if I went out on a Friday night, I wouldn't even be able to go out on a Saturday night because I'd be so hungover. So I've been picking one or the other. I feel like after a work week, I'm just so exhausted and drained and just want to freaking be by myself. And that's what the perfect Friday is for. And then Saturday, I get to go crazy. And I actually did go crazy this Saturday. My sister's boyfriend was in town doing a DJ set, and we got to go, and it was really, really fun. I like assume when you're a DJ, like so many girls just want to get on stage and just like hit on them because, you know, like the DJ, like it's just what happens. But like one thing about me is you will not be hitting on my sister's boyfriend or any of my friends' boyfriends. So when I see that, I'm like, bitch, I will fight you. And there were these two girls, and they were like holding these candy cane things and basically trying to seduce my sister's boyfriend, which obviously they didn't know that he was dating my sister, and they didn't know that he had a girlfriend. But I was like, if those girls get any closer to my sister's boyfriend, I'm gonna be in my first fight ever, because that's not happening on my watch. And I didn't like that they kept doing that, so I was like, I'm gonna show them who's boss. And I just got on stage myself because I needed the seducing to stop. I'm a very protective person of my family and my friends and anyone in my close circle. I am very protective of them, and I just didn't like that. So the little spooky side of me was definitely ready to show if it needed to show. Don't worry, guys, I've never actually been in a fight, and I think if I was ever in a physical fight, I would lose. So I hope that never happens to me. I would probably just start crying and screaming and running away. That's that. But it was really fun. They started, I thought that his DJ set ended at 2 a.m, and then it's 2:10 a.m. and he's still bumping, still grooving and moving. And I'm like, when does this bar close? And then I looked it up, and they closed at 3 a.m. So we stayed till close, obviously, had to show my support and go all out. They gave out, like, randomly chicken nuggets appeared, and I was eating them. They were cold, but they were good. And then I looked at the floor, and there were just chicken nuggets all over the floor. I did not do that. Someone else did that. Like, multiple people were eating these chicken nuggets throughout the dance floor, but it was just so funny. Like, why are there so many chicken nuggets? Where did these chicken nuggets come from? Who ordered these? What's going on? The only issue I had with this bar is I ordered a tequila shot, and guess how fucking much one little baby patoonie tequila shot was? You guys, it was $17 for a tequila shot. That's like the price of a bottle of Tito's. I literally bought a big bottle of Tito's for like $22 the other day, and my one little baby, like, it was such a small shot, $17. I was sick. I was like, I don't even want this. But obviously he can't just like pour it back in the bottle. I don't know what he would have done if I was like, I don't want this anymore. But I just pretended that didn't happen, and I just need to remind myself not to buy tequila shots at these clubs because it's always that expensive, and I just be forgetting. I haven't been in that area in so long that I just forgot. I don't know. Men were like not in the mood to buy us drinks that night. I think only like one person offered to buy us drinks, but I don't know. Like, I feel like guys need to be offering to buy girls drinks. Like, if you want to speak to me, buy me a drink. I don't want to really buy my own drink. Like, buy me a drink, sir, please. If you want to continue speaking to me, we're going to have to take shots together or something because, yeah. But then after his set ended at like 3 a.m. or whatever, we went to another bar. I have no idea what it was called, but they also had a DJ going on. We were probably only in there for like 20, maybe 30 minutes at most, but I was like way too drunk and tired, and I mean, we had been out for quite some time, so we went home shortly after, but I was up until like 4 a.m, drunk texting my family. I feel like I've never drunk texted my family before, but I was drunk texting them, not making any sense, but I'm obsessed with the disco man emoji right now, and like I just keep sending it to people because I think it's so funny. Like, I feel like it has such a point to it, like his pose, everything about the disco man emoji right now is explaining exactly how I feel in any situation given. So I was drunk texting my family. I don't think they were really replying to me, but also they probably weren't awake. I woke up Sunday and felt like I was still drunk, which I probably was still drunk, but I was so hungover. Like, I don't know what's been getting into me lately, but I have just been like dying hungover, and I like slept all day, chilled, and then Monday came around, and I have been loving Mondays recently. Mondays are everything to me because Sundays I just kind of like literally sleep all day and think about my decisions that I've been making, and then Monday I do a face mask and chill and just like get my life a little bit back together and all that fun stuff. And then Tuesday comes around and I always go grocery shopping after therapy and then watch Dancing with the Stars. Like, I just have my schedule set right now and I'm loving it. Speaking of fighting though, since I was talking about if I would ever be in a fight, I watched the Mike and Jakey fight, and I never thought I would watch that. I didn't have any intentions of watching that, but some of my friends that I was texting said they were watching it, and so I just turned it on and watched it because I had nothing else to do. And I was like personally on the tip of my toes, like, oh my gosh, is Mike gonna win? Is Jake gonna win? Like, Mike seems old and fragile and adorable. Like, why are we beating him up right now? I don't really like fighting. It scares me, and I don't understand why we're punching each other in the face for fun, but I understand it's like what they do. It just kind of scares me a little bit, and I feel like Mike was an old man. I don't really know much about anything, but it scares me. Like, the blood, the punching, it was a lot. I don't know, I'm confused. When I went online and was texting people, they're like, that fight was so boring and lame. And I'm like, why was I over here with my heart literally racing? Like, I was on the edge of my seat. I don't know what that says about me, but I'm Team Mike. Also, my TikTok page recently has been filled with what me and my husband ate for dinner this week. And I'm really confused. I don't know how I got on that side of TikTok, but I'm also kind of loving it for some reason. It's really fun to see what these couples are eating for dinner every week. I don't know. I'm kind of here for it. I have like 3 couples that keep popping up on my For You page of what they're eating the week, and I watch it all the way through. So I'm cheering them on. I love to see what they're eating, and it's so fun. I mean, I like to cook, so I like to try new meals and everything. So it is also helpful for me to see what other people are eating, and like then I can go make it myself. But it's just fun to see that out, and I have no idea how I got on that side of TikTok. Also, whose idea was it to have when you send a text message and then you edit the text message, and like, why does it tell the person that you edited the text message and like allow them to see what you originally typed and then what you edited. Like, what is the point in editing the text message if it's just gonna expose you and show the person what you accidentally said or whatever? I don't get the point in that. Like, if I'm gonna edit the text, don't tell them what I originally said, or I'm not gonna edit it. So I'm confused, like, who created that and why did they think it was a good idea to allow them to see what we edited first? I don't like that, because I sent someone a text the other day and I edited it like 4 times because I just kept realizing that I was spelling everything wrong. I don't know. And then I was like, oh my God, wait, it tells them that I edited it this many times. Like, it doesn't just say once. Like, it shows them every 4 times that I edited this message. That seems a little bit crazy. This person's going to think I'm extremely stupid, and I don't like that. Okay, but today, let's talk about how to get over a guy, breakups, all that fun stuff. So, to start off with breakups, because it's kind of where I at least had my first, situation where I felt rejection for the first time. I was in my first, little heartbreak era and whatnot. And the first time that to start off with, I guess technically I've never been the one that's broken up with. I've always been the one that breaks up with the guy. But with that being said, I feel like every single relationship that I've been in, it wasn't the fact that I wanted to break up with the person, but it was more of like I had to break up with a person. So I feel like in a way I have been broken up with in a sense, because it's not that I wanted to break up with these people at points, but like I had to break up with them. For example, my first breakup ever, I had dated this person for I think we dated for 2 years or something. And I had to break up with him because he ended up cheating on me. And if you've been cheated on, it's never a fun feeling. I remember the day like it was yesterday. I remember everything. I remember how I was feeling. I remember finding the cheating. I remember everything after it, all the emotions and everything. And when you're cheated on, I thought that this person was obsessed with me. I was obsessed with him, and I thought our relationship was going great. But then when they cheat on you, you're like, okay, so that was completely one-sided, and this person hates me. That's kind of how it feels. What the fuck? I mean, it just feels like abandonment and rejection and a lot of awful things. But for example, in that situation, I obviously had to break up with my boyfriend. I'm sorry, but I understand some people get back with someone once they cheat on them. But personally, if someone cheats on me, we will not be dating anymore. That is the most disrespectful thing you could ever do to a human. So obviously, when I got cheated on, I had to break up with him. That was the only option, was that we were going to break up. And I was sad for a while. I was going through a lot during that time anyway, so this just added to the cupcake. Is that a phrase people use? I don't know. It added to it though. Then I dated another guy. I don't have proof that he cheated on me, but there was always something fishy going on, and I always was like, okay, this guy is definitely cheating on me. We dated for I think maybe 9 months or something. And we went to different schools, only an hour and a half away from each other, but there was always something fishy going on. He wouldn't let me meet his, dorm neighbors that were girls, but they would, hang out with them occasionally, but I wasn't allowed to meet them. He wouldn't take me to, any parties with him, but they would go when I wasn't there. He had a lot of girl best friends, which, I don't know, for some reason I didn't care back then about that because I have guy friends. I understand guys having girlfriends, but there was just some fishy stuff going on with that. And now he's actually dating one of the girls that we had problems with. So I feel like that just explains everything. He was probably hooking up with that girl the entire time. I don't know, but it's just a full circle moment to see that when I was dating someone and there was a girl that was always a problem in our relationship and now they're dating, I'm I guess in a way that makes me feel better that I was right this whole time. That was a little rough breakup too, just because fishy things happened, and then it's like, okay, I don't want to live like this anymore. This is not giving me what I deserve, and I'm not happy. So, you kind of have to break up with them as well. Breakups are hard. They're not fun. No one's enjoying them. Both parties are not having a good time. And I think girls feel breakups at first, at least, a lot harder than guys do, or at least from my experience, that's what it seems like. I think every time I have been in a breakup type of situation, my gut knew that it was coming before it actually came. So I was a little bit prepared, but not really. And the guy always seems to be totally fine after. And then eventually they come crawling back. The phrase that they always come back is so true. And I think it's a fun phrase that people use. Don't worry, they always come back. But I think it's a phrase where I'm okay, well, I'm aware that they always come back, but I don't want them back. I am a one and done type of person. So if we talked, if we dated, if we had a fling, whatever it is, and then the thing ends, I'm never going to reopen that door with that person. It just doesn't seem necessary to me. I feel like an ex is an ex for a reason. A situationship is ended for a reason. There's no point in trying to fix that or redoing it, because clearly we weren't on the same page. Clearly there was a reason we didn't work out. So I don't see why we would reopen this door and try to work it out a different way. We're still the same people at the end of the day. So it's gonna end up the exact same, in my opinion. So once I'm done with someone, we are done. We are good. I am always going to be friendly to these people because at one point they were a good person in my life and we had something that we liked about each other. So I'll always be friendly to these people, but I would never get back with someone that I used to be with. It's just not my thing. Normally when I'm going through a breakup or a rejection, because even going on a couple dates with someone or talking to someone for a month or whatever it may be and just getting to know someone and then you guys end things, it can still be just as hurtful. Or just rejection in general. It doesn't feel good. It's never fun and no one's enjoying it. So this can work for any type of situation, but normally when these are happening, I let myself kind of grieve the person, because it is a loss. You're probably not going to talk to this person again, so you kind of just have to feel the emotions and let yourself be with how you're feeling. I feel like I used to try to hide my emotions a lot and try to pretend that I wasn't sad or I was having a grand old time, or what these people's actions or whatever the rejection thing was happening, I just kind of pretended it didn't affect me, and then down the road, it would hit me that I was really sad and it really hurt. So I've taught myself, it's just good to feel the sadness, let your body and brain feel all the emotions it wants to feel. Being sad and being rejected also comes with anger. So allow yourself to be angry, allow yourself to be sad and feel all the things you want to feel. Journal it out, rant to your friends if they are available to hear about it. Write it in your notes app. Just get it out. I think having a therapist is also really helpful in these situations, because having a therapist is just always nice to be able to get a perspective from someone that doesn't know anyone you're talking about and just have a clear mind, hear what you're saying and give you advice. Therapy is my favorite part of the week, and having a therapist while I've gone through rejection and all that fun stuff has been really helpful. But yeah, I think you just at first have to just really let yourself feel all the things, and you also have to know that you're not going to feel better within a day, maybe not even a week, maybe not even 2 weeks. You have to give yourself the time and the space to feel the way you're feeling and let yourself heal while you enter a new era and a new version of yourself. I also think it's been helpful to literally just look at a picture of the man you are so heartbroken over, because one, he probably isn't as hot as you're thinking he is at all. No offense to my ex-boyfriends, but every time I've broken up with someone or been broken up with whatever it may be, I swear every time that me and someone end things, and then I tell my friends, they're all like, thank God, because girl, he's so ugly. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I swear this happens to me every time. So just look at him and think about it. Like, did you really want to hard launch that man on the Instagram? Did you really want to tell your family about him? Maybe you did tell your family about him because you guys were dating for a while. But did you really want to post wedding photos with him? Like, I don't know. He's probably not as hot as you think he is. You're still the prize at the end of the day, and he's just a little boy. Also, look at his friends. Did you even like his friends? Did you want his friends in your wedding? One person that I dated, which this is like a huge thing to me, is I need to be able to get along with your friends, and your friends have to get along with me, vice versa. My friends have to like him. He has to like my friends. Like, friends is something important to me because my friends are so important in my life, and like, they just have to be able to get along. Like, what if we want to go on a friend's vacation or a couple's vacation? Like, that is top tier for me. And someone that I dated, I feel like I could have gotten along with his friends, but his friends were just so different than me, and we did not get along at all. They just were different than I am, and we could not get along, and that was one of the major reasons why I broke up with him, because like, that was just never going to work. And the whole time we dated, I was like, if I ever even thought about marrying this man, I would not want any of his friends in our wedding. Like, I would not want to see his friends' faces on my wedding day. I wouldn't want to see his friends' faces on a weekend. Like, couldn't do it. I was sick of them. We could not get along, and he would tell me what they would say behind my back, and like, just, they would say nasty things. I introduced my friends to his friends once, and it just went very poorly. So that was one of the major reasons for me of breaking up with this man, because that's important to me. And if we can't get along with each other's friends, then it's never going to work out. So look at his friends. Did you want them in your wedding photos? Because if you didn't, it's a blessing in disguise, baby girl. Also, think about this. He, one, probably picks his nose, and two, he probably doesn't wash his hands after he pees, and that's disgusting. I feel like so many guys don't wash their hands after they pee, and I hate that for them. Like, that's really disgusting. I, like, actually know that so many guys go to the bathroom, and then you don't ever hear the sink turn on, and then you're like, did you wash your hands? And they're like, no. And you're like, okay, you literally just used the restroom, sir. Like, go back in there and wash your hands. And I don't want to have to train my boyfriend. You know, the next guy that I end up dating, I'd prefer if he was just already a man and I didn't have to teach him basic things that he should have learned in like kindergarten. Whenever you get potty trained, I'm pretty sure you learn to wash your hands after the bathroom. So I don't really want to have to date a guy that goes pee and doesn't wash their hands, and then I have to be like, can you wash your hands? You know, I'm not here to train. It's not in my job description. My job would be girlfriend, and I would hope he knows how to wash his hands before dating me. So just think about it. Like, did your boyfriend or situationship wash his hands after going to the bathroom? Probably not. So it's okay. You don't want to have to train someone things that they learn as a toddler. Another way to get over them. Well, my favorite thing when I'm going through a breakup is the weekend of me getting broken up with, or the weekend of me getting rejected or feeling a heartbreak. I will buy a really hot outfit, do my makeup, and go to a dinner or night out with the girls and feel my best and get extremely drunk and flirt with every single guy at the bar and see how many free drinks I can get and post a hot picture on Instagram. I'm never posting the hot picture on Instagram so that he can look at me and be like, wow, she's really hot, because I hate to break it to you guys, but he already knows you're super hot. That's not why he was rejecting you. He was rejecting you because he's a loser. So like, whenever guys, because I feel like guys these days, like, they know what we're up to. Like, when we post a hot picture and then they're like reminded of you and whatever the dumb shit they think or we think, I don't know, like, you post the hot picture and then they come crawling back, or they like your story and it's like pathetic. But like, I don't think we're ever posting the hot picture so that they know we're hot. Like, they already know we're hot. Like, that's why they initially liked you. They rejected you for some dumb reason, probably because they have commitment issues or something, but they know you're hot. So honestly, I go post a hot picture for myself and to let the other men know that I am now available and please slide into my DMs. So do that and pump up your ego a little bit. Like, the men will start flocking. You could even post that you're now recently single so that your boyfriend can go cry to himself to sleep at night. Because if he wants to reject you, then you might as well let the whole world know that you are available and you are free to be taken on dates. The next idea, which is very simple, is I think you should just go outside for 5 minutes and someone will want you. Men are so desperate sometimes. Like, have you ever been in the grocery? Okay, honestly, well, living in Chicago, like, if I'm ever having a bad day, I can just go outside and I will get catcalled. It's like not fun, but one day I was having a really awful day, and then I walked to Target and some man told me I was the hottest woman he had ever seen. And that made my whole day better, honestly. Even though he was definitely on something, his words meant a lot to me because I was having a bad day and someone just called me hot. Like, yeah, an ego boost is an ego boost. So just go outside, go somewhere where you know you can get catcalled and boost that ego. Men, there's some man that will always hit on you, whether it's in your DMs or whether it's in public. Like, just go outside. There's so many free men available to hit on you. Even though they might be really creepy, like, don't give your number to them. Just go get the ego boost and go home. It's great. Also, start making your Hinge profile immediately. That's also a way to start raising the compliments up. There's so many men on Hinge that are just going to flock to you and want to kiss your toes before bed. There's a lot of them out there. Also, a lot of them might be creepy, but if you just need to know that men still find you super hot, just create a Hinge account and they start talking. And you don't even have to match with them on there. You can just read the compliment and then click X. Like, thank you for the compliment, but no thank you. Also, like I've said 100 times, I'm a broken record, but with the internet, there's so many options these days. So if that little fish man didn't work out, there's a trillion others, and you're going to find someone else as fast as you want to. If you want to find someone the next week, you can do it. And if you want to give yourself a year, you can do it. You know, the limits, there is no limit. There is no limit. So the options are endless and you're going to find someone and it's going to be great and you're still that bitch. I also think when you're trying to get over a guy, I am all for blocking. I've heard some people say blocking's immature, blee, blee, blue, but I'm all here for blocking. One reason why is because, like I said earlier, once I'm done with someone, I am done with them. Like, I am not reopening that door. So, therefore, I normally just block them. Specifically, the guys I, like, dated. I wouldn't say, like, someone I went on a little situationship trip with. I wouldn't probably block them, but I probably would. Also, I don't know. I definitely have done that, but I think everyone I have blocked, actually. But I just block them because I don't really want to see their stuff anymore. I don't want to see their new girlfriend. I don't want to see what they're doing. Like, I don't care, and if I see it, then I'm going to care. So I just don't want to see it, and I don't really have much self-control. So if they're not blocked, like, I'll just go look. Like, even if I unfollow them and they're not private, like, I'll just go look. So I'm here for the blocking. I think blocking is totally fine, and I don't see the problem with it. And I'm also benefiting them because they can't see my stuff now either. So they're welcome. I don't want them seeing my stuff. I don't want them to know what I'm up to. And I don't really care what they're up to. So I'm just going to block them to benefit the both of us. And now you're probably asking, like, how do you know that your ex-boyfriend is dating the girl that you had an issue with then? I'll answer that question for you. I only know that because in Omaha, word around the street gets around. And someone told me. So that's how I know. And yeah, I don't care. It was so long ago, but I just like that I'm like, you know, full circle moment. It all makes sense. And it helps heal me a little bit, okay? Block that boy. He doesn't deserve to see what you're doing, and we don't care what he's doing. We don't want to see that. Once the flame is burned, we are not reflaming it. We are not lighting the candle again because it's just going to burn down again. But like, on a serious note, breakups are so hard at first because obviously when we're talking to someone and dating someone, our intentions are never that we're going to break up with this person. You know, we're dating them because we like something about them and we want to get to know them better. And you have no intent of breaking up. And so it can be kind of shocking. It can be just an overwhelming feeling of weirdness. And I just think it's important to give yourself the time and space that you need, and don't rush into being with other people and doing that just because that's what people are telling you to do. Like, just follow your gut and whatever your gut is feeling. And, you know, if you're ready to get on those dating apps right away, get on those fucking dating apps right away. If you need to take a 2-year-long break of not speaking to men, take that 2-year-long break. Like, do what feels best for you and yourself. You know yourself better than anyone else, and I think it's important to give yourself the time and the space that you personally and deal with how you're feeling. I also think breakups are good in a way too, because every single person I've dated or talked to or whatever it may be, I always learn something about myself after, and learn something that I didn't like about a guy. And I think that's kind of cool, because every single time I just realize what I didn't like about that person and what I wouldn't want in my future person. And I wouldn't have known that if I didn't go through what I went through with these men. You know, I would have no idea that I didn't like that or didn't want that in my future person if I didn't go through it. So it's also just a good way to grow, is by dating these people and talking to different men and seeing what you like and don't like. And the more guys you talk to, the more you're going to find out what you like and what you don't like. And then you'll really be able to craft and look for the person that will fit you best and fit into your life the way that they're meant to be. So as much as breakups suck in the moment and you feel like you're going to bust open and explode from pain, just know that you're going to look back on all of those people one day and be so grateful that it didn't work out. Because, I mean, I'm here today and I'm so grateful that it didn't work out with any of the people I've dated or any of the people I've even like talked to or thought for maybe even a day, like, I really want this person to like me. I'm so glad that it didn't work out, and I'm so glad that they rejected me. Like, I'm very thankful that happened, because if they had rejected me months down, like, they were going to reject me. If they rejected me now, they were going to reject me eventually. So I'm glad it all happened when it happened, and I'm grateful those people aren't my people, you know? I maybe wanted them to be my person for like a second, for a month, for a year, for however long, but I'm really happy that they weren't. The right person will want you. The right person will make you feel secure, safe, and I feel like you'll just know and you'll just feel the way you're supposed to feel. That is my little tips and tricks to surviving a breakup, how I've dealt with breakups and rejection and all that jazz. But just remember, as I always say, you are the prize at the end of the day, and don't let a man ever determine your worth. You know yourself best, and do what's best for you. You all got this. We got this together. I will see you guys next week.